Hello and welcome to another edition of Report from the Court here on newschannel12live.com/theextrapoint. Fletcher Keel here alongside Josh Holland. The Hilltoppers have punched their ticket to the second round of the Conference USA Championship after defeating Marshall in a team effort, really, Josh. And it wasn't really good basketball, but by the same stretch of the imagination, it wasn't really bad basketball. It had its moments. It wasn't a perfect 40 minutes, but in the end, the Hilltoppers did just enough to defeat the Thundering Herd of Marshall.
Well, the Hilltoppers, and you can say this over the past 3 years in most sports, are consistently inconsistent. And there were stretches where the Hilltoppers looked like they could defeat any team in this conference and a lot of teams outside this conference. But there were also stretches where we saw that 4-game losing streak, where the ball was flying over the home bench, where shots weren't falling even though they were good shots. We saw those things, but Chris Harrison-Dox and Ray Harper talked post-game that they like the shots. Bottom line, they like the ball movement, they like the shots, and you could kind of see that in the second half when the shots actually started falling and WKU went on a 13-2 run and really expanded that lead to double digits.
Another thing the Hilltoppers liked was shutting down the main weapon for the Thundering Herd in Ryan Taylor. Usually a double-double machine, only had 8 points and 9 rebounds tonight. Actually, I think I got those backwards. I think it was 9 points and 8 rebounds. Either way, kept him off the stat sheet for the most part. A very quiet 9 points, a very quiet performance, and the Hilltoppers forced the Herd to find offensive production elsewhere.
Right, and Taylor came into the game leading Conference USA and top 20 in the nation in double-doubles with 14 on the season, 2 more than WKU's George Fant. And Taylor has a knack for getting to the board. He's kind of undersized like Fant, but WKU did a nice job of keeping him out of the lane. And I think the length of Alex Rostov and Ben Lawson, as well as the kind of aggression of Justin Johnson, kept him off pace. And I think it's really important to note that there were 3 all-conference players on this court tonight: TJ Price, George Fant, and Ryan Taylor. Really none of them matched their league averages in points or rebounds. But the difference between this game was TJ Price and George Fant had some people off the bench, and they had Chris Harrison-Dox. Ryan Taylor did not. He did not have any of the other starters really step up outside of Cambola in the first half. And when your all-star second-team all-conference player goes 4 for 20 in the game and doesn't have anyone step up, then it spells trouble.
You know, you have incredible luck on your side as a basketball team when your leading scorer, their off night is 13 points, and that's what TJ Price had tonight. A bit of an off night. It was a quiet 13, but 13 nonetheless. And we talked about George Fant a little bit. Only saw the floor for 12 minutes due to foul trouble, but still 12 minutes. He had 5 points and 4 rebounds. So if you put that over 36, 37, 40 minutes of basketball, it's a pretty good game for Mr. Fant.
Yeah, and that would have been something like 15 points and 12 rebounds, which is above both averages for George Fant this season. And I liked what Chris Harrison-Dox said in the press conference after the game, and he seems to be quietly becoming one of the leaders both on the court and just with the way he talks. And he said that the Hilltoppers don't want to lose, in part because they know that if they lose, it is Trincy Jackson, TJ Price, and George Fant's last game. And I don't think anyone on this team wanted George Fant to go out with a 5.4 rebound performance. They just didn't. And George was frustrated the entire night. Maybe some of the foul calls a little touchy, but that's basketball. You win some, you lose some there in the foul margin. But Fant gets another one tomorrow night, and you know, he has a chance to redeem himself. Fant and TJ Price, both players that have won all conference awards back when they were in the Sun Belt, they're both capable of doing that in this league as well.
Chris Harrison-Dox becoming a leader on the court, did that tonight, got a couple of threes early to establish himself on the score sheet, led all scores tonight with 18 points. That's going to do it for us right now. The Hilltoppers have punched their ticket to round number 2. Well, they'll face the team that resides right here in Birmingham, UAB. Things didn't go so well for the Hilltoppers last time the two teams squared off, but Hilltoppers looking to take a little bit of revenge here on a quote-unquote neutral site. UAB hasn't played on this court yet, but still in their hometown. Of course, we'll have all the post-game coverage for you, as well as in-game coverage, live tweets over at ExtraPoint WKU, and then our post-game recap at ExtraPoint or newschannel12live.com/theextrapoint.